absolutely love that because there is a disconnect. You're right, right? When I ask teenagers like, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" or whatever, right? And it's like, "What? Like, okay, how are you gonna do that?" I don't know, right? And it's like, yikes. And it starts with the little things like doing your chores, right? When you see your parents or grandparents need help and you go and do it before they ask. Like those little things, right? Prepare you for the bigger things. Okay. All right, who's next? Jake or Gabby?
I can go.
Okay, wonderful.
Have good goals, but make them realistic. Be your own person, and practice doesn't make perfect.
Which one would you care to explain?
Have good goals, but make them realistic. Cause like a lot of people that I have encountered, like one of my closest friends, I guess. So she said she wants to go to an Ivy League, and she wants to go to Stanford. I'm like, okay, that's good, but if you look at her grades, hello.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Exactly what Kai was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Jake, what about you?
The three truths that I chose was you must always accept gratitude and ignore criticism. Always be true to what you have to say, and you must be better. You must better yourself to better others. I chose you must better others. You must better yourself to better others because I don't know how you can help others while you're not helping yourself with things in your life.
Right. You guys are awesome. All right, cool. Can you guys just talk about Act 2? I'm just gonna join one more room and then we're gonna close out real fast. Okay. Thank you. Good job. Look at this group. Look at these characters. Lakia.
Did I not submit mine?
I don't know. Go to the final.
But
oh.
I have them, and then I looked in the 32th assignment for in Canvas, and it wasn't there.
So you have yours?
Yeah, I have them.
Okay. Email me.
Okay.
Blaze, what was one of your truths? I liked yours. I read yours and I was like,
I don't know. I was just sharing. I shared with them like 10 because
10?
mine is just so amazing.
Yes, it is.
So, which one was your favorite, Miss Kobaku?
Let me go back to yours. Hang on. There was one I was like, whoa. Hang on. My computer is slow right now. How you guys liked Act 2? Is it okay?
Mary Warren, she slapped.
Mary Warren. Yeah. Like, there should have been some raging.
I was so mad because, like, I thought in the beginning, like, when she gives her the puppet, I was like, oh, then at the end, she freaking gets arrested. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. She needed to arrest herself. So, Blaze, I think you submitted it someplace else. Where is yours?
No, I shared it with you because I couldn't submit it in the Canvas.
Oh.
So I just shared the Google Doc.
Right, that's how I got to see yours, but then it wasn't in Lakia, yours too.
Mine is
Nice.
a
He's driving me crazy, huh?
red dog.
I wonder. Okay. Can you just submit it again? I mean, I'll just submit it again. Okay, it should be open. Okay. I'm gonna end the breakout rooms. Eva, I really getting to know you through your writing. I think you are that friend who like tells it like it is, and that's just how it goes. Tough. Am I right?
Yeah.
And like you probably only have like a handful of friends because those are the real friends that can handle you.
Yeah.
I really like that. I have friends like that, and I only have if I don't have fake friends. Like you, I think are pretty real. Like Apole, Ula. Am I right? Apole, you like that? I think. Yeah. But hey, that's just it, right? You get what you get. That's cool. Like it. Cool. All right, going back. Blaze, did you put it back in there? Did you submit it?
Oh no, not yet. I'm still doing
Okay.
it.
All right. So when we talk about Act 2, yeah, one of the things that comes up is the dramatic irony, right? Why? Dramatic irony is when the audience knows what's going on, but the characters in the play don't know, right? So what would be one of the instances where dramatic irony comes into play in Act 2? Lakia, do you know?
What's the definition of dramatic irony?
Like when the audience knows, you know, like when we're watching a scary movie and we're like, no, don't go upstairs, the murderer is upstairs, right? And we're like, no, you dummy, right? And then they run upstairs, right? So for us in Act 2, there's a lot of dramatic irony. What would be an example of dramatic irony? Like, we know, bro, you lying.
Mary Warren and the doll at the end.
Right. Apole Ula wanted to like tear off her head, right? Why? Tell the class why. I mean, we're not like, you know, wanting to incite violence, but I mean, she was what? She was playing them. Why?
Well, first of all, Mary Warren wanted to stay on Abigail's good side, and Abigail like does not like Elizabeth, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a possibility that Mary Warren took the doll and gave it to Elizabeth with the needle in it. And Abigail, or somebody
Right.
told
Right. Krisha, let's talk about the needle in the poppet.
The doll. In the beginning, she gave her a doll, like to like show like that she cared or whatever. But then in the end, it just kind of like had something in it that made everything turn into like something bad.
Right. Tia, did you want to add to that? The whole poppet incident with the needle?
Yeah, it was weird to think like they put it right on. Wait, what is the word? Vengeance
Vengeance is walking Salem.
onto Elizabeth. Even though it could have been someone else, they just said the spirits came from you, so we think it's your fault.
Right. Apole, Hikiula?
I think that Abigail and girl took herself like she made her own voodoo doll. What kind of Lolo? She's Lolo.
Right. You guys all should be allergic to people like that, by the way, right? We are all allergic to that. Highly allergic, bust out in hives, all of that, right? Those are dangerous people. Professional manipulators. Yeah. You got to be pretty crazy to stab yourself with a needle. Okay. Zeke, what do you want to say about that?
No comment.
What? Any other thing, like any type of dramatic irony that popped up in Act 2? Like, we know, but the characters don't know.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Okay. So, like, what is the verdict on Hale, Reverend Hale? He's come in as the expert. Brother man should know something, right? He helped out another town, right? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Raise your hand if you think he's a good guy. Okay. So far. Oh, I like that. I like that answer so far, because that's probably the truth, right? Like, we don't know, like, what's driving him, right? So he's come in all flashy. He's got all his books, right? That's how he's first described, is that he has all these books, right? Carrying all these books and, oh my gosh, my books, right? Like, well, how come you get books, right? But then Martha Corey is now in jail because her husband had set her up, right? Okay. That's kind of like, it doesn't make sense. So what we're going to do today is, we have a number of things to do today, but let's go into our modules, okay? And then I'm just going to quickly run you through a revision of the CER. So I need you guys to go into your modules and then go ahead and bring up your CER. So what I did was, it takes a long time to grade CERs actually, because I have to look for certain things in your CERs. But this is the one about who or what is to blame for the start of the hysteria in Salem in 1692. And then you needed to add 2 pieces of evidence and elaborate. And then you needed to put it in MLA format. Okay. And so in MLA format, I'm going to walk you through that. Okay. So bring that up. All right. And then go back into your module. And then we need to also have something else come up. So when you go into your module, in this week's module, 1.3, click on the CER revision, and then I'm going to guide you through deconstructing your CER so you can revise it and resubmit it for 10 points, okay? After today, I shouldn't have to go over CERs. Everybody should get the full bunch of points, full batch of points, but I need you guys to really follow along, okay? So you guys have the 3-paragraph format link. Go ahead and make a copy for yourself, okay? Go back into your original CER and copy and paste your original CER for who or what is to blame for the hysteria, and put it underneath the outline. Okay, everybody clear? Okay, so I'm just gonna walk you through this. And as I walk you through this, you're gonna be just copying and pasting. What we're doing is, we're working backwards right now, and that's why it's called deconstructing, okay? As I go through this, I need you guys to just kind of follow along, okay? So let's go through. Let's talk about the MLA formatting for the heading and the header first, because that's really important. And you can fix this part as I'm going through. Everybody ready? Yes? No, not yet. Alicia, you came back. What happened? All right, here we go. Good? Okay. So top right-hand corner is the header, right? Check. Do you have your last name, space, and then the page number? Remember, you have to insert the page number. If not, you're going to have ones on every single page. So that doesn't work, right? It has to be insert page number, okay? That's in the header, okay? Now, look at the heading, which is the top left-hand corner. It's not in the header. I need to see your name, first and last name, okay? If you didn't do this right, do it now, okay? After your name is my name, Miss Kabatu. There should be a space after the period and then the capital C for my name. After my name is the course name, which would be English 10. English is capitalized. Okay, the next thing is this, the date. You guys are killing me with the date. I'm gonna have on my tombstone, death by no MLA format. Okay, so what we have here is the date. Day, month is spelled out with a capital letter, capital S, and then 2020. Let's go ahead and update the date so that I know that this is your revision copy. Okay, good? Next, let's look at the title. The title should be capitalized. Okay, the first and the last word of every title must be capitalized. Okay, in between of the first and the last word, only the major words should be capitalized. So things like the, and, in, on, those shouldn't be capitalized because they're minor words, just the longer words. Okay, everybody clear on that? Titles are important. Okay, so the other thing is, do not bold the title of the response. Don't bold it. Okay. Next, you guys ready? You ready to move on to the short essay-ish thing? Okay. All right, I need somebody to share your screen with me. Eva, could you share your screen with me? Okay, and I'm gonna, so have Eva's and your screen side by side so you can do the same thing. Okay, Eva, go share.
Can you enable the screen sharing, please?
What? Okay, now do it. And I'm gonna walk you guys through this. It's gonna take some time, so I want you to really stay with me, because once you got this going on, you should be all good. Okay. Okay, Eva, where's your outline? It should be above your essay. Sweet. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you guys do right now is look at your essay, okay? Copy and paste into the section. So if you guys look, the introduction, the hook or the lead is that something interesting before you actually jump into the bridge and the claim, right? In The Crucible by Arthur Miller, right? There was major hysteria that ran rampant through Salem, something like that. That's the bridge. The claim is going to be the answer, right? Okay, and then just plug away. Body paragraph, plug away. You should have the two evidence with the elaboration pieces. So just copy and paste into your outline. Can? Okay, go for it. Eva, how's it going? Did you copy and paste parts of your? I don't see the copying and pasting going on. Eva.
I just like take bits of it, right? And
Yeah, and then plug them into the parts. So it looks like your hook or your lead to go down is the first like 2 sentences of your essay. So look, Abigail Williams, blah blah blah, all the way to. Oh boy, what is it? Oh, ha ha ha. Right. So for yours, let's go ahead. You need to copy all the way to trials. The whole paragraph is your lead. Yeah. So you're gonna find out some things about yours. Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
So
More.
yeah. Okay. There. Do you have a bridge? Probably not. Do you have a
No.
claim? Probably not. Okay. So let's move on. Go to the second paragraph. And so, okay, so what are you learning about your response here?
That I need to fix it.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are plugging in, what I want you guys to do is you're going to be noticing that that you're going to be missing stuff, and that's okay. And that's why we are doing this. Okay, like you're missing maybe the bridge, which is the title, author, and genre, and then the mention of hysteria, and then you're missing the claim, and the claim would be at the very bottom of the first sentence, the first paragraph, right? So Leo, you need to make a copy of the 3-paragraph format and then use it, because you're going to be resubmitting this. Does that help you, Leo?
I already did that. I made a copy of the
Okay.
3-paragraph format,
Okay. And then
it just wouldn't let me copy and paste to that document, to that doc.
that's so weird. You can't copy and paste your essay into the below the outline.
What if I copied and paste the 3-paragraph format to the other
Yeah,
document?
you can
try
try.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
do that. Yeah, good. Carson, how's it going? Can you share your screen with me? Hi, Carson. Try share your screen with me. Okay, brother man, first of all, my name has 1 N. Thank you. All right, let's look. Okay, I need you to copy and paste, yeah? Okay, go back into your, okay, go to modules, down, yeah, no, up, modules. Okay, click on, go down. Down, 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 down. Module 1.3. Okay, CER revision. Okay. Link to 3-paragraph format. Brad, weren't you following along with us? Okay, make a copy. Boom, make a copy. Okay, you gotta set this to, yeah. Go ahead, okay. Set it to anyone with the link can comment. Okay, so go to share, top right-hand corner. Anyone with the link can comment, share. Yep, blue, yep, right there. Okay, so everybody make sure you guys do this, yeah? One with the link can comment, click. Right here, just click on the change link to Kamehameha Schools. Yeah, click on that. And then click here by Kamehameha Schools. No. Click at the arrow next to Kamehameha Schools. Okay. Everybody should be doing this, yeah? Anyone with the link? No, you gotta click on it. You gotta check it. Move the, there you go. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, say can comment. There you go, can comment. So not viewer, gotta be commenter. Arrow, there, okay, good. Whew. Alrighty, now you need to copy and paste. So find your Act 1 CER assignment and copy and paste it below. There you go. Everybody's doing that, yeah? Anela, you good? Here, okay, don't copy, yeah, okay, there. Okay, so now place the paragraph at the top. Place the paragraph format, the outline at the top. Yeah, so copy and cut and paste it. Okay, just go ahead and paste it in there. Okay, now when you look, okay, now take apart your essay and you're gonna drop in the pieces. So you're just gonna copy and paste. Okay. Okay, Apole, how you doing? You good? Okay, Jake, how you doing? You copied and pasted and now you're just taking bits and pieces? Okay, all right. Okay, so Carson, when I'm looking at your hook or your lead, right, or interesting way to start. Okay, so as you guys are copying and pasting, you guys should kind of take note on what is missing, right? So, Carson, you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you. Okay, so are you done taking apart your essay? Is that a yes or a no? Tia, you good? Okay. Trinity, how you doing? Okay. All right, so these are a couple things that I'm going to point out. Okay, the first thing is this. Your hook or your lead should be something that brings in the reader, invites the reader to say, hey, you should check out what I'm going to say because it's interesting, right? So like maybe some kind of mention of people being followers, right? We want to lead them into this idea of who or what caused the hysteria in Salem. That like is a chain of events, right? Think of something that causes, when one thing happens, all these other things happen, right? So give you a couple of examples, right? Like when you skip stones and skip rocks into the I don't know, ice pond, right? A continuation of something, right? Kind of like hysteria, right? What else? Maybe water flowing, right? There's a ripple effect from that. Can't stop it once it starts, right? Maybe a ball rolling down a hill, right? Picks up momentum. Something like sheep. Sheep is known for like a couple things, right? Like they follow blindly, right? There's also the saying about a black sheep, right, which is an outcast, right? There's also reference to sheep sleep. I'm asking you guys to look at your hooks. Do you say something interesting, or is it kind of lame, right? So that might be something that you look at. What I'm challenging you to do is make your writing more articulate, make your writing more appealing to the reader. Okay, next is the bridge, and the thing you said to your thesis or your claim. So your bridge, if you look at it, should have the title, author, and genre, right? So it should sound something like, in The Crucible, a drama written by Arthur Miller, right? There, period. That's all you have to do. We're just mentioning the word hysteria. We're just mentioning the tag. What's going to follow that is your claim. So let's look at your claim. Do you answer the question? Do you name something, and do you use the word hysteria? Because if you don't do that to set up your essay, falls apart, right, Eva? Okay, so you see how all you have to do is make that little adjustment, and then you already have a better grade, right? But some of you guys, because you didn't answer the question in the introduction, it's hard to know what you're talking about. Okay, so that's why to the reader, this is what I'm trying to prove. Okay, everybody good on that? Thumbs up? Okay. Now, most of you guys forgot the topic sentence in a body paragraph. So I'm gonna warp us to like first year in college, when you gotta write your first essay writing looks like, right? Each time you have a body paragraph, you have to have a topic sentence in the body paragraph. So that first sentence is missing for a lot of you guys. It should say something like, throughout Act 1, right, there's Evan Williams being the root of the hysteria in Salem, right? Just an introduction. Hey, I'm going to talk about the details in Act 1, right? So go ahead, quickly type that in there for the topic sentence in the body paragraph. So that would be right there, 2A. Act 1, blah, blah, blah is the cause, or there is evidence that Abigail proves to be the cause of hysteria. Just go ahead and type something real lame like that so you can go back and fix it. Doing okay? Krisha, how you doing? Looking better? Okay. All right, so what are we doing? We are really becoming accustomed to this introduction, body paragraph, and then you're gonna close it out. Okay, so now you're just following a pattern. Now you're just following a formula, right? Evidence 1, explain it. Evidence 2, explain it. That's all you're doing. When I'm grading you, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm telling you exactly how to break this code so that you can get A's anytime you see a CER come up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do also is this. Some of you guys are missing transitions, and this is the glue, right, to your writing. So Open up your chat. My favorite list of transitions. Okay. If you had me before, I think that you've already bookmarked these transitions, but I'm expecting you guys to use transitions that you don't normally use. Make it better. Yeah. Okay. So everybody clicked on the transition link. Okay. So we gotta make sure we're using some transitions. Like what, right? Like regardless, right? Like the word, I don't know, of transitions and use them, right? With this in mind, Abigail Williams and Naylor, right? With this in mind, Abigail Williams proves time and time again that she is the root of the hysteria in Salem because of this, right? Okay, okay. So when you look at your hook, okay, which is at the very top, it should tie into your conclusion. Do you make a reference from your lead or your hook down to your conclusion? About sheep in our introduction, right, in our link, as far as like there were sheep walking around in Salem following blindly, right? Then in your conclusion, why not bring up the sheep? But why not? Okay. Clearly, Salem needed what? What are those dogs that help round up the sheep, right? Is it a cattle dog? I don't know what it is, right? Clearly, the sheep needed a leader. They needed somebody to say, no, this is not correct, right? Sometimes and bad times to be sheep, but we got to figure out when that is. Okay? And then your final thought, you want to like leave the reader with a mic drop, right? And so what does that mic drop sound like, right? With the hysteria, right? If you're gonna affect, right? Then what could you mention at the end, right? If the ripple effect is the fear and hysteria that was caused by, I don't know, people not thinking for themselves, then in your conclusion, right, what stops a ripple, right? There needs to be a disruption, right? So if you've ever dropped a big stone in the ice pond, and then you drop another stone and the ripples start colliding with each other, right? Use that as your metaphor or your imagery to explain what questions on that. This is hard work. Like you guys got to think about how you're going to say something. It's not just an assignment. It's like, it's training you to think about how do you close out what you're saying in an articulate way. You have to close it out properly. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is tomorrow, you're going to be working on the final revisions of this. Okay. Questions? Because I got to move you guys on. So make sure that you submit this. I want you guys to submit it tomorrow so that you can take care of this. Okay. And then move on. Let's go to our modules, please. So after CER revision, go ahead and click on the next module, and that's the Introduction to Act 3. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, logical fallacy. Okay, you're gonna have to take notes on this. I've assigned you an ed puzzle. Okay, so make sure that you like make a note, like look at ed puzzle. Okay, I've assigned you a video that talks about logical fallacy that is going to be prevalent in Act 3. So they're in the courthouse, right, in Act 3. So the question that I'm asking you guys, okay, the questions, first of all, is how do you win an argument? And what happens when you argue? Okay, what happens when you're trying to win an argument and you know somebody is manipulating you? That's a mess, okay? So here we go. Logical fallacy is an idea or argument that appears to be logical, though it is based completely on a completely faulty premise. Okay, so here's the example: attacking a character or a reputation of a position. For example, we cannot listen to John's opinion on global warming because he's a tree hugger. Okay, it doesn't matter how many trees he hugs, right? If there's global warming, there's global warming. It doesn't matter, right? So if you've ever been in an argument where somebody, that would be something like logical fallacy. Do we do it all the time? Yes. How many of you guys have brothers and sisters? Okay. How many of you guys ever told your brother or sister, whatever, you're just dumb, right? So like, for example, you're arguing about who gets to go sit in the front seat, right? And you say, oh, well, you sat in the front seat the last time, so now it's my turn because, you know, we're being good siblings and we should take turns, right? And then your sibling comes back at you and says, well, you know what? Something like that. That is a personal attack and you're not addressing the argument. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Just nod your head, right? Have we used these? Oh, yeah. And the madder we get, the more upset we get, what happens? We use uglier and uglier. And then by the time we're done arguing, we don't know what we were arguing about because we just hate each other, right? Trust me, I know. I have plenty of siblings. And we go there, right? You dumb, you ugly, whatever. It doesn't even make sense. Like, why are we even saying that when we're arguing about where we're going to go eat, right? Or something stupid like that, right? So, in this classroom? Oh, very good. So what I'm teaching you guys, or what I'm exposing you guys to, is not how to con somebody or not how to win an argument. But what I want you guys to do is be aware of these strategies people use to try to win arguments. Let's get into, go to the, oh, by the way, Act 3 for this week, I've given you the video. If you look, Act 3 is actually a short act. And when you click on the video for Act 3, they're going to be yelling at each other. So the video, a speaker blow out on you just for a bit, just because they're yelling. So you got to turn down the volume and then follow along. Okay, so when you click onto the next module, there is a lesson on logical fallacy. It says you're going to go through the Ed puzzle on logical fallacy of ways arguments are manipulated. If you click on 15 logical fallacies, go ahead and click on that. Okay, what you have here is a list of logical fallacies. So I'm just going to go through some of them, okay, just to point some out. So the first one is the ad hominem. It's a Latin word for personally attacking somebody. Okay. Okay, so logical fallacies, it's really a simple thing. It's like you're arguing a point that is not even true. Okay, and so anything else that follows up, kind of, yeah. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is to jump on YouTube later and look at all the short videos. They have TED Talks. They have like these little TED Ed videos on logical fallacy that I'll post for you guys. Mentions a couple of videos to understand what logical fallacies are. Okay, so look at number 1. Everybody in the article, the 15 ways to win an argument. So the first one, ad hominem, is personally attacking someone. So this is the you ugly argument, right? Right. Or you dumb, or you're the youngest, you're spoiled. The next type of argument would be the straw man's argument. So go down to the next, number 2. Straw man's argument is much easier to defeat your opponent's argument when it's made of straw, okay? In meaning like the 3 little pigs, don't build your house out of straw. So the straw man's argument is when somebody brings up an argument and it's not true at all. So I'm gonna give you an example, okay? Raise your hand if you like Ford trucks. Ford. Oh, wow. Okay, raise your hand if you like Tacoma, Toyota Tacomas. Okay. All right. 2 of you. 3 of you. Okay. Raise your hand if you think Toyota is better than Ford trucks. With me. Okay. So, what we're doing here is I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, so if you like Ford trucks, okay, your argument to somebody who likes a Tacoma would be, you not. Does that make sense? Like, who cares if you like Tacoma better than Ford, right? The straw man's fallacy is that you just attack them, and it's complete bogus, right? Okay. Oh, what does liking to do anything with my citizenship or have anything to do with being a fan of America, right? You just like the truck. It has nothing to do with anything, right? So that would be straw man's fallacy, okay? In Act 1, think about it for a moment. Tituba, poor Tituba, right? Took these girls out in the forest, danced around, right? Sang her songs. And then they were caught. Like, what? I'm not a witch. Okay. Next one. Let's look. Appeal to ignorance. That's the best one. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know. So let's go down to the next one, number 4. This is a very interesting one. The false dilemma or false dichotomy. There's like many names for this. If you've ever been in a situation where they're like, well, it's either this or that. It's either you're with us or you're against us. Once you hear that come up in the argument, no, you're being had, because there's a lot of other options, right? Either you're a Puritan or you're not, right? And if you're not a Puritan, guess what you are, right? Yeah. Okay. So I want you guys to go through this. Slippery slope fallacy. You've heard this one before. It happens, and the next thing you know, a big exaggeration happens. So for example, how many of you have heard, if you don't do your homework, you're going to live in one plastic box? If you don't do your homework, you're going to fail, right? Well, I mean, that's kind of true, but I mean, and you get to college, you're not even going to get to college, right? So the slippery slope is like, if this happens, then this is going to happen, and this, it's like the snowball effect, right? Okay, so these are fallacies. These are not like correct arguments, right? You can tell like when somebody's trying to pull one over, it seems correct, but it's not, right? So these are many different ways to talk about logical, to really point out logical fallacies. Go down to number 7, the hasty generalization. How many of us have ever been attacked? This is the when you jump to conclusions. You don't have enough evidence, okay? And you're like, maybe you come home late and then you automatically accused of, I don't know, going to go party with your friends, and you're like, oh my gosh, mom, that's not what happened, right? And next thing you know, you're like, no, you're grounded, and you're like, oh. And how do you prove that, right? How do you prove that? I don't know. Okay, so as you guys go through this, they're all there. Okay, so if you lesson on logical fallacy, go ahead and click on the worksheet, guys, and then make your own copy. Okay, set it to the sharing setting where anyone with the link can view and then can comment. Sorry, anyone with the link can comment. And then I'm gonna change the identify, because I realize that I've assigned you quite a bit of work, but it's because Act 3 is a short act, okay? But it's this is more thinking work, and I think I told you guys last class that I'm going to shorten assignments, not give you too many assignments, but I expect quality. You guys turned in your guided questions for Act 2. Some of you guys didn't do well because I'm going to say the word. You guys did a little kapulu job, okay? And so I need you guys to really do a good job when you turn in things, okay? Here we go. So, Act 3. Okay, everybody on there? Do you guys make your own copy already? Yes? Okay, did you set the share options to anyone with the link can comment? Okay, so I've given you guys eight logical fallacies that I want you guys to be real familiar with. And Camila, if you're gonna be a lawyer, you gotta know all of them, okay? Because it happens all the time. And I don't think I need to tell you guys that the presidential debates are coming up and you guys need to watch it. We should play logical fallacy bingo. It's ugly. It's going to be crazy. We should play bingo. Okay. All right. Lakia, just do your best and try to get back on if you get bumped off, okay? All right. So if you look, I'm going to go through this, right? So you guys are just going to pick 3, no big deal, okay? But they have to be all different. So I gave you one. Looking to see that you guys drop in main quotes, okay? The quote, the actual direct quote with the page number, okay? So the quote that I chose was, how do you know then that you are not a witch, right? And this is when Martha Corey is being accused now of being a witch. And she responds, right? You can only prove that she is a good person. The burden of proof rests with the accuser, right? Innocent until proven guilty. That's why that's there, okay? Next part, straw man or hasty generalization. So you're going to see in Act 3 that he's going to jump on and say something like this. Now you have it, right? And that's on page 1295. In the explanation, this is where it counts the most. I need you guys to explain why it's the logical fallacy. So Paris adds this comment into the conversation when Paris accuses John Proctor of undermining the court because he ripped up the warrant for his wife's arrest. Just because Proctor ripped up the warrant doesn't mean he intends to undermine the court, right? So as you can see, that would be either a hasty generalization or a straw man. Okay, everybody clear on what you're doing? Only 3. Show me fingers. 3. Okay, thank you. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of the parts in Act 3. So let's go back and then move on to a little bit of drawing. We're going to do a little bit of comic stripping here, okay? I know. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one part of Act 3, because this is where if just one person did something, they could have stopped the whole thing. Okay, so you're going to choose a specific part and figure out what is it that you want to change. You're going to alter the story. Okay, you're going to alter the plot. Okay, so what do we have here? You're going to just go through the directions to the alternative storyline. You're going to select an event in Act 3 that could change the course of the plot. Call out course of lies and deceit. Use the same characters, but just changed up the dialogue. And then you're going to adapt it to a comic strip. The one thing I don't want you guys doing is using regular, like ready-made pictures from the internet. Okay, everybody clear on that? So about, oh, I cannot draw. Well, guess what? We can draw stick people. Okay, stick men, but you got to draw your best stick men ever, or use like coins. You know what those are? Yeah, like use the coins, like the adults be the quarters and then the girls be like the little, like just draw their faces in there. Okay, what I want to see is the comic strip should have captions, so when you look at this, you're going to answer some prep work here, and then you're going to create your own title for Act 3. And then there's the rest of it is the template for the comic strip. I'm going to add in the link to this so that you have it and then you can make your own copy, okay? And basically that's about it. The one thing I'm going to adjust here is this. So hit the next button Okay, so we're in the Act 3 memorable quote. I realize that we're taking too long with dropping in class. Okay, so I want you to do this before you get to class next week. Can? Okay. Alrighty. Questions? Questions on anything? You know what I'm quickly gonna do is I'm gonna give you the link to the comic strip. We have about 11 minutes. What I would like you guys to do is go into your 3-paragraph format revision and go ahead and fix that and submit it. Try to submit that today. Finish class early. Okay, let's look. Okay, go into the chat. See if you can open up. Okay, and then make your own copy. Can? Kai, you okay? So the boxes, okay, you can drop in your pictures that you draw, okay, into those boxes. And then the caption below, you can type it in there. Bubbles, that's fine too. The thought bubbles will work, and then you can just delete the captions underneath for your comic strip. Questions on the comic strip? Remember, it's your alternative, like, to the plot, so make sure that it's different. Maybe you can have like Mary Warren say, oh my gosh, and her finally come to the light of truth, right? Okay, maybe somebody else would. Maybe Paris. Yes, I'm using hasty generalization. Okay. Puzzle, there is a video on logical fallacy that I want you to go through. Okay. Okay, questions? Good? You have a lot of things to do. Okay. But let's keep this into context. Your CER revision should just take you like 5 minutes if you did it right, right? You're going to be adding in transitions. Whatever you're missing, you're going to go and add in, right? That's what deconstructing is. You figure out what you're missing and you add it in, and then you're going to turn it back in, okay? 3 is short in comparison to the other acts, okay? And then you have 3 logical fallacies to point out and explain, and then your comic strip. Okay, questions? I'll be online tomorrow. Me too. Okay. Alrighty. I'll see you guys later.